Country, kingscountry.net with Big and Rich. Good morning. I'm Jim King of the radio, driving you through the 10 o'clock hour on this TGIF edition. Beaumont boy Tracy Byrd coming up now, and that's why I'm having a fabulous flashback. Let's kick this thing off with a bang.
King of the road.
Backstage with Beaumont boy Tracy Byrd.
First you follow losers, next you follow fools, now you follow footsteps, sneaking up on you, one-way rider, one way down the road. Baby, I'm right beside you, everywhere you go. Oh, let's go.
You released an album about 2 years ago.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. Yeah, All-American Texan. Yeah. It's still, these days I just, when I write a few songs, I go in there, record them, put them on the record, and I don't, push it that much. I just kind of play them in the show and let people find out about it on their own. But I'm real proud of it. It's a really good record. I wrote 8 of the 10 tracks on it, and getting, starting to write some more now, and probably have another one out here next year.
Produced it in Tyler, Texas?
Tyler, Texas, at Rosewood Studios, yeah, with all Texas musicians playing on it. So it was the first time I'd ever done that. I always recorded in Nashville and or L.A. We recorded in L.A. a few times, and but I love doing it in Texas.
Ooh, I like that.
Kings Country, kingscountry.net. Just in case you're wondering, that's Larry Fleet. I'm Jim King of the radio and TV. Don't miss the 45th anniversary celebration of Urban Cowboy on the TV show this weekend. Yeah, Urban Cowboy, the blockbuster film, he says, came out in 1980. Do the math. That's 45 years, starring John Travolta and Deborah Winger. And musically speaking, the soundtrack, Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. That was the actually number one song that year, one of the biggest country songs of all time, top 10 out of the top 100. So we'll have exclusive interview and concert footage with Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee, and my friend Clay Austin will join me from Louisiana on a Zoom call, and we'll talk about our brush with fame with Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee at a couple of different venues over the years. Anyway, that's the lineup for this week's show. Thanks for streaming Kings Country. Got some audio samples coming up.
Am I the only one?
Kings Country, kingscountry.net. We're rolling out some good ones through the 11 o'clock hour. Stay with me for His Royal Highness Blake Shelton coming up. How about some Alan Jackson, Elvis the Pelvis on the way? Yeah, we even play the king of rock and roll. I'm just Jim King.
Like my mama told me one time, Elvis, listen to Jim King and King of the Road. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Kings Country, kingscountry.net. We're excited about this episode this week because we're dipping into our royal archives and whipping out some good stuff in celebration of the 45th anniversary of Urban Cowboy, the film, starring Deborah Winger and John Travolta, of course. And musically speaking, Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee were the centerpieces. Here's a sample of the show this weekend. Don't miss it on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube.
I did this song. It's probably my favorite song I've ever recorded, the biggest record I've ever had besides the Pasadena Police Station.
What?
That is not true. That's not true at all. That's a joke. That's a joke. Eddie Murphy even did this song on Saturday Night Live on Buckwheat's Greatest Hits. I found it in a cardboard box in 1979. In 1980, it became a big hit song in the hit movie The Urban Cowboy. Remember that movie? Honey, and I'm still looking for love in all the wrong places.
Single bars and good time lovers, never true.
Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places is kind of your signature song, and that was a top 100 song of all time for country music.
It was a top 10 of 100 songs.
Okay.
I think it was like 7 or 8. Really blew me away when that happened. I found that out. That's a pretty good notch in somebody's belt,
A lot of people think that you just were in one movie, but you actually were in a film called The Girls in the Office, I think, about a year before Urban Cowboy.
Yeah, with Susan St. James and Barbara Eden and some other people,
Are you still making records? You put anything out new?
I've got a brand new record I've been working on now because all the old ones have been done. Somebody asked me if my new CD was going to be any good. I said, no, I thought I'd try to do a piece of crap this time. Let's see how that works. Texas, the Hardin County Fair. Thank y'all so much. Tony Walters on the bass guitar, Sean on the keyboards, Phillips on the drums, Johnny Helms on the steel guitar and the slide guitar, Mike Crossan on the lead guitar. Yours truly, Johnny Lee. Our fiddle player couldn't make it tonight. She's in Dallas, Texas. I just got a new one.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
You've already been there, you've done that, you've got all the accolades. I think you're also a Country Music Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken.
I am. I'm very proud of that. You know what? I was in the Hall of Fame, and I've got this real nice display case there. And this woman was standing there with her daughter. I don't know, she was about that tall. She had her arm up on her, and so the daughter says, "Who are all these people, Mom?" She said, "Well, they're all country music stars, and most of them are dead now." Mm-hmm. And I was standing behind them. I happened to overhear the conversation. I said, "I'm not dead." And that little girl turned around and seen me and looked at my picture, and she freaked her out, and she ran out the door. But I ended up talking to her and, signing something for her. It was just kind of weird, But the Hall of Fame in Carthage, Texas, the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame is really a special place. If you ever get a chance to go visit, it's a neat place.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. KingsCountry.net. This is something that I've come to terms with in my life. My lifelong desire to be famous. Ever since I was a kid, I guess every kid wants to be famous, but I really thought I would be, and it wasn't until recently that I realized that's not really what I want. I love the kind of so-called fame I have here in Southeast Texas, where I can go about my business and pretty much be left alone. And occasionally I do meet people, viewers, that watch the show and listeners, and they all seem to like it. I get very positive feedback, but that's the kind of fame I want. I would never want to be as famous as Lainey Wilson. You can't turn on the boob tube anymore without seeing that big fat butt. I like her butt. Anyway, that's definitely an asset, if you know what I mean. She's actually going to be modeling it for Wrangler now. Here's the ad. We got some Lainey Wilson coming up. Stay tuned.
My Wrangler collections tell stories, just like I do. This time, we're letting Festival Fringe do its thing. The Wrangler Lainey Wilson Collection. The Summer of Country Flair. Wrangler. Long live cowgirls.
King's Country at kingscountry.net. Thanks to us, you don't ever have to settle for less anymore with that AM/FM crap. Stream us for a while. Make a comparison. There is no comparison. We play a magnificent country music mix from yesterday and today. Very few commercials. I think we have maybe 3 per hour. Where are you going to find an experience like that? We've got a lot of great stuff on the way. In fact, here comes Mark Chestnut. Yes, you guessed it. I'm having another fabulous flashback.
King of the road.
Visiting with Mark Chestnut on his tour bus.
I was a rock DJ years ago in the 90s, and I suddenly ended up on a country station. I wasn't real happy about it at first. But I was sitting around one day listening to some country music, and I heard one of your songs, I Just Wanted You to Know, and I listened to it over and over and over. From then on, I was hooked. I was hooked on country. That became one of my...
all this is my fault, huh?
It's all your fault.
Yeah.
And then came the... Well, I can't blame you for the hat, really.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with that.
King of the Road.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. We've rounded third, headed for home. Another hour of the Jim King of the Radio Show, TGIF edition coming up. And coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, we've got the late, great Daryl Singletary, as well as Ashley Monroe, Her Royal Highness, Ray Lynn. That beautiful song called Diamonds, that's coming up. Keith Eben as well. And you. Thanks for being here. Quick time out. Back in a flash right after these with Daryl Singletary.
We have a really big show. A king-size show.
Hi, folks. This is Daryl Singletary, and you're listening to the King of the Road.
And now, back to irregular programming.
Long live Elvis.
The King of Country.
And the King of Country, yes, sir.
Jim King.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Keeping it on a roll with Ashley Monroe on the Jim King of the Radio Show. Come on in. From the studio of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. Don't miss the TV extravaganza, the Jim King of the TV Show. It's already busted out of the gate, aired a couple of times in the Golden Triangle. You can catch it several more opportunities because we air 6 times a week. This is a special celebration of the 45th anniversary of Urban Cowboy. Musically starring Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee. I've got exclusives with both of them. In fact, here's another audio sample. No extra charge. Thanks for streaming us.
All the girls all get prettier in clothing time. When the change starts taking place, it puts a glow on every face and the fallen angels of the Backstreet Boys.
And Mickey's old buddy, Johnny Lee, also performed at the Hardin County Music Fest.
Went partying the other night. Started drinking, I got a little tight. We was playing with all of my friends. So good we had to do it again. Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Brought 1, 2, 3 more glasses of beer. She was sitting way down at the end. I said, baby, can we be friends? You look as sweet as can be. Come on down here and dance with me. I said, hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender. Draw 1, 2, 3 more glasses of beer.
On the bus with Johnny Lee. Great to see you.
Good to see you again, buddy.
You still down by Texas City?
No, I bought a place in Sulphur Springs, East Texas. I was living in Branson for a long time, and I've been wanting to move back to Texas. And moved back to Texas a little over a year ago.
You want to show here with your old friend Mickey Gilley. You guys had a long run together there at Gilley's in Pasadena, about 10 years, 68 to 78, something like that.
Mickey who?
I think he's here.
Yeah, we've been doing some shows together, and selling out some rooms, and it's been a lot of fun. A couple weeks ago, I played in Russellville, Arkansas, and I was in Hinton, Oklahoma with him at a casino, sold that out, and it's still fun to see my old buddy Gilly, and we make a lot of memories together. We were talking about a few of them earlier, and I still love him to death, man. We're like brothers.
You talk often?
Oh, yeah. Every time I go to use the bathroom, I sit down on the toilet, tell him it makes me think of him, so I call it.
They paint a pretty picture, but my arms can't hold them tight. I just can't say I love you to the street of city life.
Urban Cowboy, the movie, really changed your life, didn't it? You and Johnny Lee.
It launched me and Johnny Lee into the stratosphere in the 80s. For the first time in my career, I got to play all the main showrooms in Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, Atlantic City. I got to go to Europe, got to come back and play for two presidents, President Ronald Reagan, President George Bush. They gave me a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, invited me to come to Hollywood and do some acting roles, and the rest has been history.
How'd you like the acting business?
I enjoyed it. It was kind of fun. My first acting role was the lead major on The Fall Guy. I did The Dukes of Hazzard, and I did Murder, She Wrote, and I did Fantasy Island. Don't ask me what my fantasy was, because I'm not going to tell you.
Like movie stars. Now the girls all get prettier in clothing time. When the change starts taking place, with the globe on every face, like a fallen angels of the backstreet bars, what I say. The fallen angels of the backstreet bars.
Don't miss the Jim King of the TV show. Lots more opportunities and no excuses. It's everywhere. And streaming, too. Thanks for streaming us, King's Country at kingscountry.net. Listen all you want. We'll play much more. King's Country at kingscountry.net. That does it for a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Don't miss the Urban Cowboy edition, part 1 this weekend of the Jim King of the TV Show, starring Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee. Have a wonderful weekend. Whatever you do, be good to your sweetheart. Me and Suzanne Simmons are going to go out and do something nice tonight. Haven't decided yet, but she deserves it. She works so hard, and now she's got a few listings, too. I'm so proud of Suzanne Simmons. I'm a lucky guy. Luckiest guy in Beaumont. I say that all the time. Anyway, y'all keep it between the ditches and have a good one. Take a quick time out. Loretta Lynn, the late great one, coming up next on King's Country. I'm Jim King. Adios.
Long live the king!